car deployed. Safety car deployed. Indeed.
So LMP3 team champions as well for Racing Spirit of Le Mans. That secures.
A brand new season of the Michelin Le Mans Cup is just about to get underway. The first of 6 rounds in the championship. We start in Barcelona in Spain. Round 2 will be the support races for the centenary Le Mans. Then we'll head to Paul Ricard, Aragon and Spa before the season rounds out in October in Portimao. There are 42 cars on the grid for the 8th season of the Le Mans Cup, with 30 LMP3s among them. From the UK, the 2021 champions Nielsen Racing, and from Switzerland, the reigning champions Racing Spirit of Le Mans are both back, as are the 4-time title winners DKR Engineering. There are new faces too. French team M Racing is back after a 5-year hiatus. Into Europol from Poland bring 3 cars to the Le Mans Cup. GT3 is just as busy. 2022 champions GMB Motorsport are back with a pair of Honda NSXs. Iron Lynx, the champions the 2 previous seasons, switched from Ferrari to Lamborghini. Racing Spirit of Le Mans also bring an Aston Martin Vantage, having cars then in both categories. AF Corsa remains loyal to Ferrari, of course, with 2 brand new 296 GT3s, while British GT4 champions Stella debut with an Audi R8 LMS. And let's not forget Porsche. There'll be 3 911s, 2 from Team Parker Racing, 1 from HCR with Caffeine 6. The Circuit de Catalunya has had some upgrades. The 4.6 kilometre track has big changes, with a chicane introduced in 2007 now removed, so no more slow turns at 14 and 15, closer to the original layout with a fast end to the lap. And there are changes too to start the lap. Safety's been improved at turns 1 and 2, a 70-metre wider gravel runoff area, a 5-degree slope, and new protective barriers. Both sets of changes should end up making overtaking even more attractive. After pre-season testing in the prologue early in the week, 2 free practice sessions and qualifying, it's finally time to head to the grid for the first race of the season. And with a big crowd on hand as ever here in Catalonia, making the pit walk even more entertaining for teams and drivers. First pole of the season goes to Graf Racing with car number 39. And in GT3, Racing Spirit of Le Mans with their brand new Aston Martin make their debut in the class with pole position. Cars are ready, the teams are ready, even Bibendum is ready. It is time to get the season underway in the 2023 Michelin Le Mans Cup. Out of the final corner we come in Barcelona to get the season underway. Pacing the field in the blue car, Graf Racing's James Sweetnam, Team Virage, Julien Gerby starting the race from the front row of the grid. We go green for 2023. Looking down to the inside, the Nielsen car of Tony Wells. The pale blue car looking on the inside, lays on the brakes, he goes through into the lead. Number 7 takes the lead, Tony Wells, but back at him comes the pole man. Side by side, Julien Sweetnam back in front. Julien Gerby in the yellow Virage car in 3rd spot. Oh, and there's trouble behind. That's turn 2. The 2 green and yellow into Europol cars. Radio from ANS team to Jonathan Brossard.
Est-ce que t'as des dommages sur la voiture ou pas? Quand même côté gauche.
He said, I'm hit. Is it damaged? Yeah, on the left, it was a pretty hard hit. Well, let's look further back in the field. It's right at the tail of LMP3 because the GT3 cars are just avoiding everything. Well, watch Jonathan Brossard. He runs out very wide onto the runoff area, and then the car loops around right into a big knot of cars. Looks as though it was the number 6 A&S car that triggered the whole thing. At least half a dozen cars involved.
Safety car deployed, safety car deployed.
Not the greatest start of the season, I'm afraid, for some of our LMP3 competitors. Steve Parrow in the Rinaldi Racing number 66 car. He's smoking heavily as marshals set to drag the cars out of the gravel. Safety car will be out for a while. Inter Europol's entire LMP3 team wiped out there in one fell swoop. Not a great start for them either. Or for John Melsom, there he is in the number 4 Nielsen car. Matt Bell won't get to drive. So a lot of dramas right at the very start, and it's always part of the deal when you qualify well that you tend to be away from much of the action in the pack, and that can be a good thing. Although it has to be said, in the GT3 field, the pole sitter was held up on the outside line, and so we have Porsche's 1-2 at the moment. And there is trouble. Left rear puncture for Christian Gizy in the Racing Spirit Le Mans number 9 car. Steve Parrow has bailed out of the 66 Rinaldi entry. Their race is over. No luck either for 4-time champions DKR, the number 3 car in the garage. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing then. Lights out on the safety car. Graf, Nielsen and Virage still the top 3 ahead of the returning 68 car from M Racing, CD Sport and Cool in the top 6. Let's see if they all make it through turn 1.
Green flag, green flag. No overtake before the line, no overtake before the line.
James Sweetnam leads then from Tony Wells. Right behind, Julien Gerby under pressure from M Racing's Hugo Delacour. And Delacour on the outside, the grippy line, goes around for 3rd. Good restart from the M Racing driver. Terence Woodward in 26 passes 360 Racing teammate Mark Richards down into turn 1. So good restart from him. He moves up into 14th place. Everybody a little spread out behind the safety car makes the restart a little cleaner than it was when they're all packed together on the grid originally. There's the 67 car, the Hagley by T2 Racing Machine in 11th place, chasing CD Sport in 10th. Their other car up in 5th place, the number 11 machine. And in fact, the driver of that car, Shaham Haig Sarkisian, is all over the 2nd place battle because James Sweetnam, the leader, is pulling away. And there is Tony Wells in 2nd, the pale blue car, Hugo Delacour, right behind him with the red on the car. That's the M Racing Machine. Then Julien Gerby, the yellow. Oh, puncture! Tony Wells with a broken suspension or something. Tony Wells, the right rear wheel is either loose or punctured, and he spins out into the gravel. Could not get it stopped at the bottom of the hill. And everybody else around him lucky to avoid that drama. But here again, more drama. Hugo Delacour under pressure. Julien Gerby goes around the outside. Great stuff. And behind, the red and yellow of CD Sports, Shahan Sarkisian. So this is now 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Safety car is out again. And that's why Tony Wells beached. We'll take a look again as he comes down the hill into turn 5. It's either a puncture or the wheel is loose. Looks like it's probably a puncture. I'm sure he would have felt a loose wheel before there. And that must be from debris. Can't get the car stopped. It spins as he tries. And into the gravel he goes. Lights out on the safety car after another 9 minutes of delay. Getting ready to go green once more. The Graf Racing car of... Oh! The 2nd Virage car has just shot off on the side of the track. Caught out in traffic, that's Oscar Bitar. Now, did he escape the gravel or not? Teammate Julien Gerby in the 16 car is in 2nd. Bitar, if he's still going, there he is.
Green flag, we are back to racing.
Well, the Team Virage 59 car a long way down the order. dropped down to 11th place. That was a close miss though. Graf leads once more. James Sweetnam the leader, Julian Gerby in second place, M Racing in third spot, and then a little gap back to CD Sport and Cool. Team Thor dropping down from a good qualifying and picking their way back up now to sixth place ahead of MV2S. And again, the Team Virage entry, Julian Gerby flashing the headlights at James Sweetnam, looking for the lead. Hugo Delacour, red, white and blue of M Racing behind. The Graf car in the middle of the road, very defensive, very slow as a result. And Julian Gerby for Team Virage looks like he's got more confidence in the tyres. They won't be very warm yet, nor will the brakes. Doesn't seem to be worrying Julian Gerby though in second place, the yellow and orange car with the black on the rear end of Team Virage. He is attacking hard, he wants the lead here, doesn't he? And down the inside, around the outside. The Graf car on the inside, James Sweetnam hanging on, but Julian Gerby for Team Virage going all the way round over the crest. That is a big, brave overtake, and he is our new race leader for the first time since the first corner. It is not Graf Racing in front, and they may not end the next lap in second place. Across the line we come. Look how quickly Julian Gerby has disappeared. And Hugo Delacour in the M Racing car, predominantly red behind, looking to go by the Graf Racing entry as well. So James Sweetnam under pressure. Well, here is Julian Gerby sweeping down and then over the crest, around the outside. Tiniest little bit of contact between the two there. Nothing to write home about. Well done indeed, brave stuff. Trouble at MV2S. There's Jerome Sadelaire. He was waiting for Christophe Cresp to stop. Cresp has gone straight by the team. Now, the Michelin Le Mans Cup teams do not use a garage here. They're in a separate paddock, so they only use the pit lane for pit stops. And the MV2S car has gone straight through, so Christophe Cresp will have to come back through again, and that will cost them valuable time. What a shame. Meanwhile, just about everybody else is in the pits. Little trouble with the left front there. Lippert Motorsport with their Lamborghini. And great to see Murphy Prototypes returning to prototype racing. Little battle here for position. This is second placed CD Sport number 11 car with yellow stripe and the 68 machine from M Racing. So there was a change there in the pit lane. And poor old Christophe Cresp there, sailing by the team. Colin Noble in the blue and white Thor machine through the middle of the GT3 traffic, being chased down by Franck Chapard. Oh, mistake! The CD Sport car runs out wide and he clipped. That's the Lippert Motorsport Lamborghini. So that's Kiwi Brendan Leach there in the barriers. Didn't look like much damage, but stuck in the gravel. It was a big mistake from Franck Chapard. Watch the red and yellow car trying to go around the outside, loses traction, and then just tags the back of the Lamborghini. Out wide there where the incident happened in the very first corner of the race. And the Lamborghini in the barriers. Final 25 minutes, here's the lead battle. Gillian Orion in the Virage Sport car, started by Julian Gerby, and then Guillaume Mouradi Oliveira chasing him. Charles Bateman in the second of the Team Parker Porsches, just ahead of the pink nose cars of Anders Fjordbach, the Dane. Now battling just outside the podium spots. GMB's Honda NSXs with the class of the GT3 field last year, struggling a little bit more this year, and this is an inter-team battle. Simon Birch in 55, just ahead of Jan Magnussen in 88. The Dane, a multiple Le Mans class winner in GTs and a champion in America a number of times also in GTs.
We are at Team Virage, car 16. I'm here with Julian Gerby. You had a fantastic start to the race, didn't you? You set it up perfectly for your teammate.
My start was not so good. I lost a position at the first start, and then another one at the restart. It took a bit of time to get the tires in temperature, but eventually I managed to overtake and get the lead back. So it was short time in green flag, but it was fun.
How difficult is it to kind of keep that focus and keep that pace during a safety car?
Yeah, I mean, in the safety car, it was more about keeping everything in the braking temperature and trying to put some heat in the tires. And at the end, it came out pretty good. And yeah, it was fun. I tried to build a gap when it was green flag and to bring back the car home, which was the purpose.
And your teammate is currently being challenged by the P2 driver. Do you think he has the pace to keep hold of that lead position?
Yeah, Gillian is a fantastic silver. He's very young but very mature. Last year he absolutely dominated in Ligier European Series, and I'm really trustful that he will do a great job, and he's doing it now.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Sorry?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Plenty of GT action during that. Here's the 55 Honda now down to 8th place. Jan Magnussen has pulled away, so he's up to 7th. And the 64-86 battle still for 4th place. Here's our race leader, Sir Gillian Orion, with Julien Gerby, as he said, not having a lot of green flag running in the first part of the race. Things have settled down. A couple of seconds up the road from Guillaume Moore de Oliveira for M Racing. And for Virage, the number 16 car, and for the M Racing team, if they can finish in these positions, they'll be very happy indeed, I think. M Racing returning to Le Mans Cup after 5 seasons away. And the 16 Virage team looking to try and consolidate their pace and take victory. Racing Spirit of Le Mans, first time out. Valentin Aseclot has plenty of Aston Martin experience, and he is making that count. Team Parker Scott Malvern not too far behind, and the AF Corsa Ferrari number 51 car in 3rd place. Behind Valentin, Scott Malvern with plenty of experience of Porsche racing as well. Have Stuart Parker's team. But right now the gap out to 6 seconds with 5 minutes to go. Does look very much as though Racing Spirit of Le Mans may hang on. Kai Cozzolino, the Japanese driver, in a 51 AF Corsa Ferrari at the end of the stint. Final 5 minutes, Team Virage keeping their lead from M Racing and the 87 Cool Racing entry in 3rd place. CD Sport not far behind, could be a last lap battle for the podium. There is the M Racing car in 2nd spot. And there is the 87 Cool Racing car. Adrian Keeler started that car in 8th place, and it's new co-driver Cedric Altamar from Switzerland, who now hangs on to the final podium spot, runs out very, very wide indeed. Rally crossing out there, going around the outside, ironically, of the 3rd place GT3 car of Kai Cozzolino. He loses a podium spot to the CD Sport car that moves through. There's the red and yellow of CD Sport, and a Cool Racing entry down to 4th. Big lock up in front. Lots of trouble in traffic. Oh dear, down the inside now, trying to make up for lost ground. That is tough stuff. Well, there is Cozzolino. There's the CD Sport car right behind. So Kirill Smal in that number 2 car now. Let's take a look again. Cedric Altamar having to go the long way around Kai Cozzolino. It's dirty out there, lots of tyre debris, even more as he goes off onto the runoff area. And then he's almost spinning it in the gravel, desperately trying to keep his speed up. The CD Sport has gone through already. He's lost that place. 90 seconds remain on the clock. There might be 2 more laps for our race leaders, Team Virage, and there is Valentin Aseclot leading in GT3. GT3 leader with a race leader coming up behind. Racing Spirit of Le Mans making their debut in GT3. Team Virage have raced before in LMP3, but for the number 16 crew, this could be what it's all about. A minute on the clock and counting. Come on everybody, breathe, calm, here we go. Guillaume Orion coming out of the final corner.
Leader is on the last lap. Leader entered the last lap.
And here we go, on to the final lap. Race leader and GT3 leader side by side. No time for mistakes now. Guillaume Orion just wants to be sure, and so does Valentin Asseclo. They are two class leaders here. And the pass was made with some nerves, I think, probably from Guillaume Orion. But successfully, Valentin Asseclo just allowing him to go through. There's the M Racing car in second place. Desperate chase from them. And the 87 car is off again. Disaster for Cool Racing in the final 5 minutes. Oh, just gathered it all back up. But Cedric Ultramar, this will not be the end to the race that he was hoping for. Replay here, Ultramar diving to the inside of Scott Morvan, second in GT3, and just about gets away with it. But again, the runoff area here, super slippery. Julian Gerby and the team are waiting and hoping and praying that nothing goes wrong. Guillaume Orion in the final element of the lap, just keeping it all together. There's the M Racing car, and there is Valentin Asseclo, the GT3 leader. And now the checkered flag is unfurled. It awaits our winner. Victorious in round one of the 2023 Michelin Le Mans Cup, Team Virage. Julian Gerby almost in tears as Guillaume Orion brings the car across the line. They claim victory, and not far behind them, GT3 winners Valentin Asseclo and Racing Spirit of Le Mans. The car started by Arnold Robin, and there are tears all over. Team Virage, M Racing and CD Sport on the podium in LMP3. And Racing Spirit of Le Mans ahead of Team Parker and AF Corsa in GT3. There was a race of attrition early on, half a dozen cars out in that first corner incident, and a few more as well in the first half hour before it all started to settle down properly. Let's hear from the first LMP3 winner of the season.
Guillaume Orion, winner of the opening round for this season. It's got to feel good. You can't keep the smile off your face.
No, that was amazing. Yeah, so that was amazing. That was an amazing race. This week it was not our week. We had quite a lot of problems. I'm sorry.
You can just see what it means to you, really, can't you?
This race, at first we didn't think we could win it, and to win it, it is just a judgment. So thank you. Thank you to the Team Viral, thank you to Ligier, thanks to everyone who supports me. Thank you so much.
Third place for CD Sport, second for M Racing, and victory for Team Virage. And that means that it is the crew of the number 16 car who head the standings after the first of our 6 races from their podium finishing rivals. And Aston Martin climb to the top step in GT3.
Feel good. You converted that. You converted the pole into a race win, essentially.
It's a dream for the first race of the season. The result is here, so no, perfect race.
And how much of a challenge was it? We had tons of safety cars in that race.
No, actually the safety car was a good thing for us, so we didn't put too much energy into the race ahead of our ELMS race tomorrow. But I'm really glad for the team because they received the car like 3 days ago. And it's been a challenge for them to run the car this weekend, so a huge thanks to the Racing Spirit of Le Mans. Big credit to them.
All right, well, congratulations. I'll let you go celebrate.
Thank you.
Of course, as all Japanese crew take third place, second goes to Parker Racing, but victorious it is Racing Spirit of Le Mans. And the Aston Martin crew's debut victory means that they too are on top of the points pile from T Parker and AF Corsa, with lots more racing to go. Next time out, it's the big one. 2 races, Road to Le Mans, supporting the centenary Vainqueur du Mans. You would be mad to miss it. We'll see you there.